Welcome to part 42, I believe. So, no, 43, no, 42, 40 something, basically. So, I do believe when I left off I was talking about weaponry of the future. Of course, that is going to be an important topic today, as I do seem to have a little more formulated idea. So, swords of the future, I just don't think is going to be a big deal, as I said in the earlier video. But what I do think is going to be axes. Now, swords can't... it doesn't mean axes will be the primary force, because it could be maces, as I do think that is highly likely, or better, much better option than axes. Carthage just tried to bribe my unit, and then my guy was like, ha! But yeah, swords, the only way I see them being really useful is if we can get a technology that makes them vibrate very much. So yes, a vibrating dildo sword. So all you women out there, and men who just love to peg yourselves, you're gonna be very happy with those pommels. So just... wait till then for those pommels. But all jokes aside, the sword itself is going to be very highly vibrated. It's like the Star Wars idea, where you have a vibro sword. Now, I'm not familiar with how the Star Wars swords work, or how they're powered, but the general concept that I understand is it vibrates so fast and so much that you can slice through stuff very easily. And it's going to be a similar idea, which, by the way, is taken from earthquakes. I believe they're taken from earthquakes, because a magnitude 10 earthquake is extremely devastating. Not just because of the shaking that we normally associate with the earthquake, but it shakes so much that the ground is kind of like literally cutting away at the material on top. That's what makes it so devastating, is that it kind of cuts away at the materials on top. So it cuts much like a vibro sword in concept anyways. Let's move this army out. No, I made a big mistake. I should not have gone south of Magna Graecia. I should have gone north into Roma and then traveled to Alalia for Carolus. I made a grave mistake by traveling south. Ooh. No. We needed to go north. So yeah, swords are going to work something like that. I believe axes will work something very similar to as well, though I am not entirely sure how that would work. I think a sword blade might be a little more practical. Though I do think the axes can work as well, as all you really have to do is make the very tip, the end of the axe, where it connects, with the blade, normally, just vibrate really fast. And of course it's going to be clamped down. So of course the axes and swords are going to need some kind of higher tech maintenance maybe, more gadgetry, more engineering minded person to utilize them properly, or to maintain them properly. Let's move this army down south now. We no longer have to keep it up north. I don't understand what the attrition report is. I don't understand where these settlements are and why they have attrition. There is enough food to feed them, so I don't know why they're having attrition. Really awkward. Really awkward indeed. So, you know what I want to do? I want to piss them off. Yeah, let's move to the end here, and then let's start raiding. We're going to start raiding, and then, you are going to start assassination for... single combat. Enemy assassinated. Excellent. So that takes care of one of their units. Which one upgrades the assassination melee combat? Alright, there's perfect. Poison the wells, of course. We want to weaken them as best we can. We also said we will recruit an agent, and we'll do it up north. We'll do it here. Let's check out the agent first. Alright, we'll do you, whatever. We'll do that. This seems to be the end of turn. Yeah, end of turns. Yep, end of turns. Alright, so back onto the idea of vibrating. I do think it'll vibrate. I also think the maces will actually vibrate as well. It makes sense to some extent, though I highly doubt you really need the maces to vibrate, because your key point about the maces is not so much to crush through the armor, like literally crush through the armor as in penetration. No, what you're looking for is more of blunt force impact. So I don't think maces will necessarily have vibration, although it would make an excellent sex toy. But no, it wouldn't vibrate, okay? I don't think it would. Although, yes, it really would make an excellent sex toy if you could make it vibrate. Though I would not know how that would feel like, as I don't utilize such things. The Lusitini. Alright, how about this? We offer you this, then we offer you a non-aggression... No, really? Okay, what about a trade agreement? No? Okay, well... That's okay. Peace treaty is fine by me. I'll take that with the Lusitani. I don't need to be at war with them. So yeah, the vibrating thing I think is going to be a good concept, although primarily useful for the axe blade, not the piercing part of the axe. That is probably not going to vibrate. I don't see a point in vibrating that, really. Although, I guess in retrospect, right now when I'm thinking about it, I can think about how a vibrating pin point on the axe for penetration can help. You know, you dig it in and it vibrates real quickly, so you can do massive internal damage real quickly with just vibrating, just by having it stuck in them. So yeah, I do see what they want out of it, though I think not the best idea. Also, let's get how about 2 Brutian infantry and 2 Thuros infantry? That way we have some spearmen. And some extra fodder Brutian swords, which is actually what I'm using them for, really. Fodder. There has a fodder unit. Let's move them forward. Just moving them forward. Alalia is in rebellion, though that's not really a big deal. Let's also get to assault the garrison here. Subversion failed, unfortunately. That's okay, let's bring the spy forward. So yeah, and there was an army up here, right. So let's bring you by land, that way. There we go, patrol region. I think that's about it. So yeah, vibration is going to be really useful. The idea behind the sword, again, vibrating sword is just to slice through the armor. Again, I do think the vibrating sword is not going to be as used in... Oh my god, we have a big fight. 1 second. What do you have? Carthaginian Marines. And... Oh, late African pikemen, that's going to be a problem. Most of their infantry is not a problem, actually. Neither are the cavalry units, although the general's cavalry unit, I will say, is possibly a problem. Most of their melee is not. Range units, not a problem. So yeah, Okay, so this is a battle I can win. Let's do it. Alright, so the battle's beginning, and we have decided to deploy over here. So, against the Carthaginians, I do not think they will win. I really do not think they will win. But okay, you know what? Someone said we need close-ups, so we're gonna just slow-mo the battle, and we're gonna do a bunch of close-ups right now. Not super close-ups, I know, but, it'll have to do with whatever I want right now, whatever. This should be close enough to give you the idea of the armor they're kind of wearing. You should be able to see it. Of course, I have a submod installed to make sure they're not too varied, because if you try to vary them too much, it actually does lag the game, and I'm trying to avoid lag. So here's the Cretan archers. You guys probably haven't seen them in close-up, actually. I haven't really shown them much in close-up either. But yeah, here's the Cretan archers. Very nice-looking thing, if you can kind of see. I probably should actually be using this for a smoother camera functioning. But yeah, very nice, very, very functional armor. And let's move out into the Legionnaires. Legionnaires, of course, look pretty default. Of course, you have the Centurion, and he looks badass with his cape. And then you, of course, have, I think that's the Vexillarian. This guy, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I'm not even sure if it's the right one, but he's basically the standard bearer. Really neat for the Romans. And of course, the Ephesian pikemen, I haven't shown in great detail either. They have the same shields as the Cretan archers, or similar shields, game term-wise. I don't know about real life. Real life may have been different. They, of course, have long, big pikes, also known as sarissas. And they've got this kind of bronze plate mail and greaves. Greaves are very important. I actually saw a video about, I think from Lindy Beige, about greaves. Very interesting topic about greaves and ancient greaves. Really, really interesting. Of course, they are wearing these kinds of helmets and not the Corinthian helmet, as, again, you can watch Lindy Beige and how he talks about the Corinthian helmet. Really interesting video. I do highly advise you guys check it out. And let's check out the Campanian hoplites, as we did last time. They are wearing very similar to the Samnite armor, I would imagine. Or the what? Something's fighting. What? Okay, I'm confusing myself here. But yeah, they're wearing similar to the Samnite armor in the vanilla Rome 2. Or the Etruscan armor, the Italian armor, or even the Hastati armor. Of course, their shields are very hoplite. like, because they are hoplites, and they're very Greek influenced. Their helmets, similarly Greek influenced, though I would say they're more like the, early Italians, the Romans, as you will. And of course they hold a spear, and they have a very, Thoros type shield here, right here, or thorax type shield. I don't really know the difference between the Thoros and the thorax, but I assume this be a thorax type shield for the standard bearer, who of course is holding a crazy spear thing with a bunch of insignias. And of course you have the commanding officer who has vambraces. I almost called them braces, but they're vambraces. They're not gauntlets. Gauntlets are actually for your they're basically gloves, your gauntlets, armored gloves I should say, but they're vambraces. And of course he has these kind of ironed greaves. I would say these guys are wearing mostly bronze. These are bronze shields, except this guy, he's wearing iron by the looks of it, I would say. It seems to be iron. And then of course we have the legionary cavalry, the legatus. There we go, legatus. I was like, this does not look like legionary cavalry. They have this kind of cav shield. Of course it may or may not be accurate. I'm pretty sure it's accurate. They probably use this for cavalry. It only made sense. They have these kind of spears. They very much look like fancy units. Pretty much the general kind of general's unit you would see or think of. And then this is the legionary cavalry. Basically the only change would be the helmet, the shield, and the fact they're holding spears. That's about it, really. Everything else is about the same. Of course there's no change between the legionary cavalry and the legionary cavalry of the vanilla game, as far as I can tell. Although helmet design might be a little bit changed, but not by too much. And of course the helmets, you can see they've got this kind of flare at the end here. Very, very useful. It's mostly for protecting your back and the neck. You can kind of see it here as well. Really interesting stuff, how ancient people really utilize their armor. You can kind of see on the Legionnaires, though not very detailed. Some of them have it more detailed than the others, like this. But some of it have it kind of like the Greek way, where it's just as small there. So yeah, that's good. You can, of course, see they have these kind of face straps here. Very useful. I would assume to be very useful. You can see it on some don't. They're just, these top hats. But yeah, that's a close-up of this army. Let's check out a close-up of... Oh my god, we're not even fighting. Screw it, we're fighting. I've wasted way too much time. It's 12 minutes into the video and we haven't done jack shit anything. We're starting the fight. Let's move, let's move. Enough of this. Shit, man, I've wasted so much time. Alright, let's move these guys to this flank. We're going to use a holding maneuver with our hoplites there. We're going to move here, and we're going to use the pikemen as a frontal formation assault unit. Let us grab the Cretan archers into a sort of group here. Let us wait for all the other units to regroup. I am playing it in fast forward. I know you guys don't really like fast forward, but deal with it, sucker. I need shit to get done. So yeah, let's move our legionaries forward. Let's move our pikemen like so. Center holding, of course. Let's move the companions. Okay, our archers are now taking fire. Let's move them a little bit closer. Center mid would be fine, like that. And let us grab the tribunas here. There we go. Let's put the legionary cavalry forward. In fact, let's grab one legionary cavalry over there. Let's put this legionary cavalry in the flying wedge formation basically. Alright, archers, fire! Fire, 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 pencil fire, and body parts. So yeah, our archers are taking some massive casualties, but I do expect to inflict some more massive casualties upon these Balearic slingers and their slinger units in general. Eventually. Alright, so they're gonna charge forward. My archers can't hold on forever. At least not that I know of. Alright, so we're starting to do some casualties. Alright, let's pull this unit back. We really cannot do much else here. Alright, you are going to move forward. In fact, you're not going to charge forward. You're going to move like so. We're going to use you. Alright, so what do we have here? Mercenary Iberian Scutari men. You legionaries are going to charge forward. You are, of course, going to be used as a holding bracing action to the flank. I want you moving like such over here. I, of course, want you in wedge formation, as you will be dealing with the cavalry for the most part. Let us move like so, and let us screen these Numidians forward here as well. Let's move these units to the flank here. Let's charge forward, so as to avoid as much of that as possible. Let's get into phalanx formation with our pikemen. The AI is for some reason being really, really fucking stupid. That's fine with me. Let's screen around here and then let's move forward. Alright, let's force the Numidians back. Or not, never mind. Alright, we're not going to be able to do jack anything against them, really. Alright, so let's move you forward and take care of those Carthaginian hoplites. Let us move you forward as well as to take care of those hoplites. Let's move like so. Let's move like so. Let's move like so. This way, we should be able to catch them. Oncoming, incoming. Oh my goodness, we are never going to catch them, are we? God damn it, man. Whatever, we're charging into the flank of that unit. It really doesn't fucking matter. We're going to use our archers here to try and force them away. Let's use this unit here now to back off and charge those mercenary Balearic slingers. Let's move you to the side here and charge those Libyan cavalrymen. I do believe my legionary cav will do just fine. Our hoplites are now engaging. Let us move this unit to the side here. You move to the side. You stop and open fire on that unit. Our legionary cavalry did not do very well there. That is very bad. They came in at a bad formation. Come on, archers, move up. Open fire. We're going to pull out these cav units here. We do not want this unit engaged. Let's kill those archers there. Alright, let's move this unit back more. We definitely want to get rid of these Numidian cavalrymen. Very, very annoying cavalrymen, mind you. Alright, let's see. Let's move forward. Let's click an attack order because I actually want them moving forward. Alright, let's move like so. You guys are going to move like so. The Numidian cav seems to have been skirmished out of the way. Oh no, they haven't. They've just re-engaged my other cavalry in it, like in a bunch of idiots, really. There we go. Shit, I don't have enough infantry units here. Alright, you men, charge forward. Let's move like so. Hoplites, charge. Get rid of these Numidian skirmishers. I want you to close the gap here. Alright, you archers, stop firing on that unit there. And fire on this unit, Hamalar Barkar, whatever. Let's use this unit in a flying wedge formation, because this unit is actually behind my study here. This is pretty good, I would say. We are firing into their backs. Very excellent use. Let's do a flying wedge charge into this unit here. Should do just fine. Let us use this unit to break through the rear. There we go. We got a nice little charge against their rear, though I would not advise staying there, even with charge bonuses. There we go. Men are wavering. Uh-oh. Cavalrymen, do not waver, please. Alright, that unit is gone. Let's move our general out of the way so that he may be of more effect or better use. Let us turn to face. Use hoplite formation. Hoplite formation. We should do just fine, really. One of our units is routed utterly so. Alright, riders are probably going to want to shoot. Let's move this here, like so. Let's move like this. Oh my god, I hate these archers. The way they move is so sluggishly slow. So sluggishly slow. And let us... Alright, let's take out this unit. Just take them out. Jeez. There we go. Should be able to knock some down. Take it out. Alright, archers, now fire into those Carthaginian hoplites. This unit is in desperate need of help. We need to free it up, please. There we go, there we go. Some nice hits. Let's reform our formation there. Oh, you guys are actually free. Yes, you guys are free. Let us charge into the general's bodyguard there. We kind of cannot afford this unit to leave, which is pretty much what it is going to do, really. It's going to do just that. It's going to leave. I need to do something like this, and we're going to move like this. Numidian skirmishers are eager and charging. In fact, wedge formation would make a good charge on this just because they are kind of bundled up together. We'll get a deep piercing strike. This is not good. Hold them in, cavalrymen. We're going to fire into these Carthaginian hoplites here. This should do some damage. Oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. Alright, you, generals unit, form up and out formation into the Balearic slingers, please. Form up and out formations. You men are going to charge forward in, like so. We're going to pull you out. We're going to split the archery group here into 2 and 3. 2, 1, and then 2. There, like so. There we go. Alright, so we want you archers to engage in melee combat. Engage them in melee combat. Hold them still for now, so that the other archers may form around. Like that. Our skirmish units are apparently not getting very far. You men are getting very far indeed over here. Let us formation. Where are the other African pikemen here? Oh, there they are. They're fighting that unit. Not a good unit fight. Let's open fire. Most of our general's unit is engaging with those Balearic slingers. We have lost some units. I am prepared to lose more, as this tends to be the case. There we go. We got some good, nice archery fire into their rear. Really just have to free them up. Alright, let's hit these late Carthaginian hoplites. They're actually using a really interesting shield. They're not using the oval, the circle shield, they're using the oval shield. A really nice shield, I like to think. Whistling arrow, flaming shot, not really necessary. There we go. So yeah, our two archer units kind of shattered there. You guys should be fine. Oh my god, how are you still engaged? This is ridiculous. I need to free them up, really. Let's try to press forward against the Carthaginian infantry here. There we go, we are pushing forward. This is why I love pikemen, especially around the rears. You can even see this pike unit did pretty well, I believe. Never mind, they did kind of horrible. You probably, okay, didn't really do all that well either. That's okay, it's fine. We've got this. Alright, spear, alright, Accretion archers, like such, fire in. There we go. Oh my god. How are they not dying? I cannot believe I have to pull out for this. We are killing the general's unit. That's the good thing. The melee fight is kind of going okay. Alright, we're going to push forward there. You're going to do this, and you're going to turn around. Oh my god. Alright, so let's pull these legionnaires out to try and help support our units. Alright, let's form our formation like so. You will just push inwards towards that unit there. We're going to form this over here to fire into them. There we go. The archers have annihilated these African pikemen. Just absolutely annihilated them. Let us move to the side here. Oh my god, we are just absolutely devastating them, yeah? We are devastating! We are devastating them. Oh my goodness. What is this? Carthaginian hoplites. Alright, Legionary Cav. Let's move him like so, and then charge forward. Carthaginian hoplites, very similar situation. Don't need to change his chase his general's unit here. Let's move like so. Let's move like so over here. And then fire at will. So yeah, all on the whole sword idea. Just vibrating swords, really good swords, I think. But you wouldn't half-sword it. Half-swording would be very detrimental, I think, if it vibrates. Of course, if it doesn't vibrate, then half-swording is perfectly fine and absolutely acceptable. Though, I assume it would be very difficult. Alright, let's attack those African pikemen, as would be the case. There we go, following those arrows. Straight on in. The Legionnaires are actually holding out real well, real nicely, too. Look at all those beautiful arrows coming in. Let's close this because I don't need it. Let's shut the fuck up there. Alright, so one of our units has used up all its ammunition. Ooh, headshot. Headshots! So yeah, they're starting to die off. This is really neat. We only have 100 of these guys left. They're not going to hold very long. Are you all out? Oh shit, they are all out. Alright. Charge, you buffoons! Forward, men, forward! Forward! For Rome, for victory! Till death do us part. Alright, so you guys are done chasing that unit. Actually, you can chase that late Carthaginian hoplite unit. This is a complete surround movement here. Let's move forward, move forward. Move forward, pikemen. I don't really like charging, doing the attack order, because it's not as effective as if I went like this. You get my drift? This would be very effective. Because you're basically covering the entire back here. And then clicking the charge order would make more sense, because you're already covering the whole back. You don't have to worry about maneuvering out of the way here. Let's charge forward, give us a little bit of a charge bonus here with these spearmen, these companions. The Carthaginian infantry, honestly, the late Carthaginian infantry look very similar to my legionnaires. Which, I don't know how you got in here. What? How did you... Well, that's a surprise. I guess surprise, surprise, huh? Alright, we're gonna pull them out. I really want to use their javelins. Alright, so let's use all of you. Focus down that Iberian infantry unit. Let's try and focus this down. I need to pull that out, really. To try and... Holy hell, they're just charging straight through. So yeah, that's one good thing, I guess. But yeah, let's move this unit out. Move like so. Oh my goodness. Come on, Legionnaires, I need your javelins. Need your javelins. And this is why I like them. You see this circle here? Circle of... Oh no, you fucking faggot! Oh, whatever, it doesn't really matter. We've still won. Still won the battle. Alright, you units are no longer useful in there. Let's pull them out. Get the pikemen in fucking ready formation. You are no longer useful over there, and neither will you. I need you guys to surround this, because it has pikemen. Because our pikemen will do just fine, and our cavalry charging in will do just fine as well. Our men are fleeing the battle, I know. Let's move like so. This unit. Oh my goodness. I don't want you guys engaged right now, yeah. Into your own units, so to say. That. A weird formation there, whatever. Let's charge into you. What? You're not archers, though. What? What? I don't understand. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness! No! Okay, so the Carthaginians are actually much tougher. A lot tougher than I thought they would be. Definitely tougher. Why is everything archers? I don't understand this. This is fucking weird. Oh my god, what? Screw it, I don't care, whatever. Alright, let's get it like this. You know what? Yeah. Screw it, charge! We need to do something about this pike unit here. Oh my god. Absolutely devastating us here. But their pikes aren't down, so that's the good thing about them. Right now. Go. Oh my god, we cannot hold them! Damn it, pikemen! Fucking pikemen, jeez. Jesus. You know what? I'm going to cut here because the video is going on too long now. We're going to cut here and I'll come back in the next part. See you then.